Most people think that spirituality and money just don't mix. That to be truly spiritual, you have to sacrifice wealth, or that making money somehow disconnects you from your soul. But what if I told you that the most successful and fulfilled people that I know use spiritual practices to grow their income without selling their souls? By the end of this video, you're going to learn the 3 simple practices that will rewire your energy, focus, and finances so that you can stop grinding and start aligning. You won't just be inspired, you'll be activated. You walk away knowing the exact spiritual shifts top performers use to turn inner peace into profit, presence into productivity, and purpose into predictable income growth. No fluff, no cliches, just simple actions that amplify your peace and your profits. Let's dive in. Yes, there are plenty of people who are wealthy, but disconnected. From the outside, it looks like they have it all: the money, the influence, the status. But underneath it all, you'll often find burnout, chronic stress, health issues, and a deep void where fulfillment should truly be. Because wealth without alignment always comes with a cost. But there is another way. There are people who are both abundant and aligned. People who have built wealth because they're connected with something deeper and they serve from purpose. They take action that's aligned with their true passions, and they create value that uplifts others without sacrificing their own health, their own peace, or their authenticity. That's really, truly what I want for you. So today, I'm going to be sharing those 3 spiritual practices that actually make you money. Practices that rewire your mindset, align your energy, and help to attract real opportunities from a place of purpose, peace, and personal power. Hey, I'm Dr. Tom Moorcroft, and I help high achievers transform stress into strength, reconnect with their purpose, and create success from the inside out. Over the past decade plus, I've seen time and time again, when people combine spiritual connection with aligned action, they don't just feel better. They make more money. They become magnetic to opportunities. They build businesses and lives that actually feel good. So let's break it down, because I truly want this for you. So the first practice I call the energy shift. Your mindset controls your money flow. I used to be constantly stressed out about finances. Even when things were kind of good, fear was always there. It was subtle but powerful. That low-key anxiety that you might lose it all or you might not have enough. It was actually repelling the very success that I wanted. And once I started working on my mindset and shifting from scarcity to abundance, that's when things truly opened up. Clients and patients started appearing. Opportunities unfolded. And it wasn't because I was working harder, but because I stopped blocking flow. So here's the science behind this. Your thoughts about money rewire your brain. Scarcity activates fear and survival, whereas abundance activates creativity and opportunity recognition. So let's try this. Start and end your day with 3 wealth-based affirmations. Whatever they are, those should be things that are meaningful to you, and 3 things that you're grateful for from your day. Train your mind and your energy to see possibility. It only takes 2 or 3 minutes a couple times a day to move yourself from scarcity to abundance. Your energy is the invitation. So what are you inviting in? Your focus. Where your energy goes, attention flows, and your energy is your invitation. So my question is, what are you inviting into your life? Practice number 2 is aligned action. This is how to get into flow for optimal productivity. There was a time when I was grinding nonstop, the late nights, the full calendars, and there are moments of joy, but overall, pretty much zero joy. I was getting burnout. But at the time, I thought that more effort was the answer. In fact, my medical training deeply reinforced the belief that success meant working longer, harder, and sacrificing more than anyone else just to gain the knowledge so I could build the career and hopefully earn enough to someday retire. But I was completely out of alignment, and it showed. It was coming up in my physical health as well as my mental health. Then I added 1 small breathwork ritual to my mornings and ultimately to my evenings. And it started with a simple but powerful question. Who do I need to be today to live my best life and to achieve my dreams? So it wasn't about what I needed to do. It was more about who I needed to become. And that one mindset shift from chasing a to-do list to embodying my highest self changes everything. And it moves you from obligation to inspiration, from checking boxes to living with intention. So here's how it works. Hold the vision of your highest self, the version of you already living your purpose, your passions, with your dreams come true. Feel it, embody it, and then breathe, right? Inhale for 4, exhale for 4. Now hold for 4, and then repeat. And do this for like 90 seconds. That's all it really takes. Triangle breathing is kind of riff on box breathing, but it's so simple and so effective. That one shift from force to flow completely transformed my productivity, clarity, and my energy levels. I got more done. I had more clarity, and I stopped chasing and started receiving. You know, the neuroscience is clear. Meditation and breathwork quiet the fear-based brain, and they activate this prefrontal cortex, your center of focus, intention, and decision-making. So when you get your inner world right, the outer results begin to flow consistently without burnout, because flow follows alignment. And when you're in flow, success isn't forced, it's inevitable. The third practice is called the giving paradox. And this really boils down to the more you give, the more you receive. And this is a game changer for me, right? When I stopped chasing money and started focusing on creating true value, everything shifted. I began sharing insights more freely, offering help without expectation, sending a message to someone just to encourage them. And you know what happened? Referrals increased, opportunities opened, and my income doubled. And you know, this reminds me of something that I heard Alex Hormozi say once, and it's along the lines of, you give your best stuff away for free, you charge for the implementation. But why does that work? Right? Giving puts you in a vibrational resonance with abundance. The law of vibration tells us that your state determines your results. When you give freely, you're in an open and flowing frequency. And as you open more and more flows towards you. When you withhold and stress and hoard, you close yourself off from the very thing that you're trying to attract. You know, generosity isn't just about good karma. It's a strategy for life and financial abundance. So try this. Each day, ask yourself, who can I help today? Send a message, share an idea, offer support. And here's the key, no strings attached. So remember, when you give from overflow, the universe responds in kind. So don't give a little, give a lot. And if this message is hitting home with you, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications so that you're not going to miss any future videos packed with tools to help you integrate these practices into your day-to-day life. And in the spirit of generosity, giving, and creating more success for ourselves and others, take action right now. Share this video with 5 people that you know who would benefit from it. Because generosity isn't just about good karma, it's a strategy for lifelong abundance. So let's bring it home. The 3 practices that can actually make you money. Number 1, shift your energy to rewire your mindset for abundance. Number 2, align your actions and ground yourself in clarity and flow. And then 3, give first. Embody the frequency of generosity and watch those doors just completely open up for you. These practices just don't make you feel better. They create a foundation for real, sustainable wealth without burnout, without hustle, and without losing yourself along the way. And if you're ready to stop grinding and start aligning, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. And let's build the kind of wealth that feeds your soul, not just your bank account.